It's gonna be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we cooperate?
Cooperate with you?
Listen, little girl, if you haven't noticed, there's some pretty freaked out things on this train. And I, for one, want to get out of here. I don't think we stand a chance doing it alone.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
All right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's Officer Chambers to you.
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?
She was a child prodigy that became the medic of the STARS Bravo team, first appearing in the original 1996 Resident Evil as a supporting character and then as a fully playable character in the 2002 release of Resident Evil 0. She now makes her way into the Dead by Daylight universe. This guide for Rebecca Chambers will be very similar to the previous one I did for Ada Wong, and will be the final of the 4 Resident Evil survivor guides that I do, unless more Resident Evil characters come into the future. With that said, let's get to it. In Dead by Daylight, Rebecca's height is ranked as one of the shortest among the other female survivors. Her speed and hitbox, on the other hand, as per usual, is the same as every other survivor in the game. While her height stat is among the best for stealth in the game, Rebecca doesn't have the quietest cries, grunts, yells, and overall voice lines when compared to Ace or Ada. Though this eventually may not be an issue for Rebecca if the developers decide to make all decimal levels for all survivors the exact same in a future update. When it comes to the appearance and design of Rebecca Chambers in Dead by Daylight, she is based off her 2002 look from Resident Evil 0. Starting with her default cosmetic set, Rebecca wears her traditional STARS gear featuring a white bulletproof vest, an olive green undershirt, brown gloves, olive green cargo capris with a brown belt, a side belt, and also brown combat boots. The combination of her brown hair, light complexion, and the gear makes her a bit better than the average survivor for stealth. To increase this value, then using her prestige bloody cosmetic set is a wise choice. For her very rare cosmetics from the Project W collection, Rebecca uses her cowgirl outfit set. This attire is taken directly from her alternate costume in the 2002 version of Resident Evil. This set features Rebecca wearing a blue cowgirl hat hanging on her back, a red cloth around her neck with a no-sleeve brown shirt tied into a knot at the bottom, short blue jeans with a brown belt, a black equipment holster on her right leg, and tall brown boots. This set overall is a bit worse than average for stealth purposes due to the fact that Rebecca is revealing a fair amount of skin. For special interactions with other survivors or killers, Rebecca does receive Nemesis's favorite thing to say, just like Jill and Chris do. She also does share the same theme as the other Resident Evil characters, as well as having additional voice lines.
All right, be careful.
Her medical brilliance keeps teammates alive and inspired, even if it puts her own safety at risk. Use altruism to your advantage with Better Than New. Any survivor you heal will be motivated to complete their objectives faster, receiving a temporary action speed boost.
Better Than New in the PTB previously allowed the teammates you heal to perform actions 6% faster, including repairing generators for up to 35 seconds. This was changed for the live servers where it no longer grants a bonus to repair speeds, but it now lasts as long as your teammates doesn't take damage, while granting them up to 60% increased speed with healing, unlocking, and cleansing your blessing totems. Perks that have great synergy with Better Than New are as follows. Will Make It. Using these two perks together is all about time maximization, since Will Make It will help you heal your teammates significantly faster so they can quickly get back into the action while benefiting from the speed increase gained from Better Than New. Next on the list is Empathy. The pairing of Better Than New and Empathy is a no-brainer, since you'll be able to locate exactly where your injured teammates are for maximum value. For the last of the 3 perks, you get Leader. I like using these perks together since they stack, and you basically become a walking buff to any teammates you heal and also the ones that are near you. The speed increases that these perks offer together can be very clutch and could be the difference in keeping your team alive. When it comes to a better than new build, I like to use empathy to find my teammates easier, and both leader and prove thyself to be a major benefit whenever I'm around my teammates. Bond is also something you could swap in instead of empathy depending on your preference.
Your presence calms those in the entity's clutches. Approach a hooked survivor with Reassurance to pause their struggle progression for a duration.
Reassurance is a very powerful perk even after it's changed from the PTB. Previously, Reassurance could be used on the same survivor after a 40-second cooldown expired, so if you had 2 or more survivors with Reassurance, you could stall the hook indefinitely. Now it's been changed so you can only use Reassurance at most 1 time per summoning phase and struggle phase. Having this perk is a massive help against killers who like to camp. Just keep in mind that whenever you activate Reassurance, the hook survivor will be highlighted in white to the other players as well as the killer. As for perks that have great synergy with Reassurance, you can start with Kindred. Due to the fact that Kindred allows you to see exactly what the situation is with your teammates and the killer, it ends up being a powerful combination with Reassurance. Out of all the perks to pair with Reassurance, I believe Kindred offers the most value. Another choice is Desperate Measures. This perk can come very clutch when the killer is face camping and you need to get a person off the hook as quickly as possible. The ability to stall time and speed up your actions makes these 2 perks a great pairing. Lastly, you can either go with Borrowed Time or Guardian. Both of these perks offer protection to the person unhooked in different ways, so it depends on your strategy. Using either of these perks with Reassurance is especially good when the killer is determined to camp and tunnel your teammate out of the game, since you can stall time and also give them a better chance of surviving. For a Reassurance build, I find Kindred, Desperate Measures, and Borrowed Time is the more safe option to go for since the majority of players aren't used to someone using Guardian. This build offers you great potential to save your teammates with the ability to stall the hook timer, do unhooks quicker, and extend your teammates' protection time while increasing your ability to plan your next move. Another option is a perk like Open Hand being swapped into this build in place of Desperate Measures or Borrowed Time.
Put your reflexes to the test with Hyperfocus, which provides a repair progression bonus for every great skill check in a row. Consistent success will increase the skill check frequency and repair progress boost, as well as the skill check difficulty level.
Hyperfocus is a fantastic perk when working as intended. This perk is built to help you bulldoze your way through generators with the bonus it grants via the tokens that maxes out at 6. Hyperfocus offers tons of value if you are a person that can hit great skill checks consistently. Here are some perks that have great synergy with Hyperfocus. The number 1 perk to pair with it is definitely Stakeout. Since hitting consecutive great skill checks isn't a common thing, especially when the rotation speed keeps increasing, Stakeout is the perk that can make the whole situation much easier since it can turn good skill checks into great ones whenever it has tokens available. The next perk that works well is Fast Track. Since this perk collects tokens whenever teammates are hooked, you can gain massive generator progression if you land great skill checks for the bonuses of both Fast Track and Hyperfocus. Finally, Overzealous is another perk you could pair up with Hyperfocus. Due to the fact that Overzealous offers up to an 8% speed increase after cleansing a Dull Totem, or a 16% if you cleanse a Hex Totem, you could use a speed buff to pair with Hyperfocus in order to rush through generators. Perks you could also use as pairing options are Resilience, This Is Not Happening, Prove Thyself, Deja Vu, or even Technician. I've also found that Hyperfocus and Self-Care can offer solid value together due to the bump in healing progression on landed great skill checks. Alternatively, if you or your teammate has the perk Corrective Action with the other using Hyperfocus, then this can lead to some great results. A Hyperfocus build I like to use is with Stakeout, Fast Track, and Resilience. This setup helps you power through generators even in dire situations and is generally used when you're away from your team. Typically, this is great for solo play. As far as which one of Rebecca's 3 perks should be ranked as the best, the first place spot would go to Hyperfocus. Coming in second place would be Reassurance, and finally Better Than New comes in with the third place spot. Overall, Rebecca's perks are all solid in the right hands. This covers everything for the guide on the young rookie member of Stars, Rebecca Chambers. This will be the last of the full Survivor Guide videos, unless there are more Resident Evil characters released or there's a new character that catches my eye. I hope you found this video useful, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, Rebecca.